Testing, testing, testing. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
You are
Great
tuned
day.
into
Great day, all.
yes. You're tuned into Elevation Radio, Black Love Experience Radio. How's everybody doing this Sunday?
I'm doing well.
You good?
Yeah, I feel good.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay,
I feel good.
that's good. Trying to get my mic together here. We're just getting we're just literally like getting in from New York.
Yeah. We went to New York yesterday to.
You gotta talk in your mic, babe.
Yeah, we went to New York yesterday
put it closer.
Oh, we're good. I'm good.
Sure.
I don't want to be too far. I mean, I'm right here, so.
I know, but
Yeah,
sometimes it don't.
We went to New York yesterday. My wife and we had the urge to go for these burgers that we had when we went up there the last time, and you know, what I mean, we were supposed to go up there and eat, and you know, what I mean, the plan was to come back last night, and
We ended up staying.
we ended up not being able to. We ended up going out and getting back home. It was like 11:30, 12. So it just made more sense to just crash and then get up this morning and come in.
Yeah,
I guess.
it was cool.
Plus,
The drive was cool. It was a good drive. No traffic.
Plus, we always had this deal where I would drive up. It was 50-50. Anytime we go outside of the radius.
Why are you telling this story?
Yeah, it's 50-50. I'm supposed to drive up, and then she's supposed to drive back. And when it was her time to drive back, we became real tired and was like,
Hey, I was at a club
I
last
can't
night.
do it. So
I was tired. I
don't
don't want to
know.
risk our lives.
I think my baby may be getting she may be getting a little elderly. Maybe that's what it is.
Do you think I'm getting elderly?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
that's your
Yeah,
problem.
the old you used to be able to make it back.
Well,
yesterday.
I mean,
Yesterday was no. Yesterday was.
I don't promote drinking and driving.
Yeah,
Okay.
we didn't have that. We hadn't had that.
Still
much
was
to drink.
drinking.
Yeah. Okay.
don't promote drinking and driving.
That's your story. You sticking to it. Anyway, we had a great time. Anyway,
Yeah, it was
man.
good.
And it was
It
good.
was
It
good.
was good to get out, and then not to bring the ride home. It was actually good. It felt good. We were refreshed when we got on the road this morning. So it was the best decision. So. And when you don't have to come, when it's not imperative that you have to come home, then you know what I mean, that makes it even that much easier. So
Absolutely.
yeah, we did it.
Yep.
We went on ahead and stayed.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Shout out to my cuz for holding us down as usual when we get up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. He hung out.
Yeah, he hung out with us. Yeah, and then that's another thing too. He an old fogey, but
He's the main one calling people old, and he got all this gray hair. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, here we go. Anyway, but
You good, baby.
But anyway, where were we at, Shalonda?
I caught you off guard.
Yeah, you caught me off guard with that. Unbelievable.
What? You cracking on me, talking about I'm getting old and stuff. So
Right.
okay.
Okay.
We crack back on each other, right?
Yeah.
That's how the rules are?
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah.
Yeah, so
I don't feel old.
that's
Yeah,
all that matters.
I'm getting old, but I don't feel old. And I don't really call it old. Old is just a state of mind to me.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
you know, you can have white hair. You can have man,
White
I know cats going bald, man. I mean, like all the way bald, and it's, you know what I mean. They still got as long as you still got that.
We speaking of that, we were talking about this yesterday in New York. How
What?
Trump had his he had a head surgery or something, some kind of surgery to pull his head scalp together so that he don't look so bald. And then one of the ladies was saying that, her name Ingrid. She was saying that this lady she had a big forehead and she got like forehead surgery.
Her forehead was long.
Was long, so they had to they cut it and pulled
her. Piece of her forehead removed.
Her skin hair head down.
One of those medical shows.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think sometimes you gotta let nature take its course. People have gotten, because this plastic surgery stuff, I think it's gotten out of control a bit. You know, especially with everybody trying to with everybody so vain now with what's going on Instagram and Facebook and all of that social media. Everybody's the next top model.
Everybody want to feel beautiful. Everybody want to look beautiful. They're not satisfied with their bodies.
Everybody wants to be told that they're beautiful. Everybody wants to be told that they're hourglass. They have an hourglass.
No, I don't think it's.
Not everybody wants to be told it. I mean, not women especially. Well, some men too on here want to be told it, but women especially, they want to be told.
Men cry for attention just like women. They take selfies. When the last time? I mean, I've never heard of men taking selfies until just recently. A few years ago. Now men taking selfies. They got their phones up, taking selfies of themselves. Like men usually didn't do that.
I mean, but how can you? We never really had social media, so how can you know?
Well, when I did have it, I never seen men taking selfies. So I mean, that's.
I'm saying no, we never had it. It just social media has been a force for like the last 10 years, and for the last 10 years, I've seen people.
Not
take
men,
selfies.
not men.
Yeah.
Women, because we like pictures. Women like pictures.
A lot of men take selfies too.
No, they don't.
What's the difference? I mean, it's a vain world now. Everybody wants to be out. Even if you're taking a picture, I mean, everybody wants to be told. Me personally, I could give a damn.
You take selfies too.
It don't matter, but I don't care about what the.
But you still take selfies.
I know who I'm with, and I know that.
You never was a selfie person either.
Most people know I never was a social media person, but you know what I mean, look, you have to change with the times. But a lot of the reasons why I'm on there is different from others. You know what I mean, I get on there. I like to be informed. I like to see stuff. I like to give information. You know what I mean, it can be used to our benefit, but a lot of people use it just for the reason of vanity. People, especially us, man, we want to show out and we want to show that we are you know what I mean, the cream of the crop. Everything is good in our lives. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. It gives away. It's a way of people exemplifying how they want the world to perceive them. That's
how they want to live.
That's what you want to. Yeah, that's what you want the world to know. That's what's going on. So, you know.
Yeah, teach his own.
But I like to be real about it though.
Well, I mean, not everybody's real about social media.
Yeah.
So, okay. But anyway, I want to talk about 420. So, 420, everyone knows what 420 means. It means you're smoking all day. For what reason? I don't know. Smoking weed.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is another question there's a lot of stuff that we wanted to ask you guys. Do you think is it cool to, I mean, is it stupid
celebrate a weed smoking day?
To set aside a day to overindulge in marijuana, smoking weed, when you could do that any damn day of the week?
No, they got days for everything. You gotta look at it.
I know. You know what? They're starting to take on more significance now because all of these states are legalizing marijuana. So, you know what I mean, now people are probably. So I could understand now, but before 420 has been around for a while. It was around before
forever.
Before
it started with the raves and all that stuff.
It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger now. So these kids that are coming up now, 420, they look at it like it's like Easter. You know what I mean? It's like
it's like a holiday for them.
Yeah, it's a real holiday. So them cats, you know what I mean? But everybody, they get what they're gonna get, and they just, I guess it's just a burnout day. But I just don't understand why. How is it that it's like drinking? Like, why would you set aside a day to drink? You know what I mean? You have to have an occasion to do that. But people wanted, I guess, I mean, and it's going to work into the people who are the marijuana
Industry.
dispensaries.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, we have,
work,
yeah, we
it's
got,
working for them.
yeah, we the new governor is putting up over 100
Yeah,
new dispensaries
yeah.
in New
They already,
Jersey.
yeah, they already, they're expanding it. I think this is their way of coming in and getting into the market. You know what I mean? While it's still,
Popping.
yeah, while it's still not all the way fully
Right.
recreationally
Well,
legal.
you make
So
more money right
this is their
now.
way of coming in. They're coming in medicinal, just like with through the pharmacies and stuff. So they're gonna have more dispensaries for a prescription. So I guess you know what that in another sense too. I think that's probably an alternative for people who are taking opiates, like opioids and stuff. I mean, it's another different alternative to taking that opiates. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, I don't smoke, but like I said, it's just I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's going to be more and more now that it's coming in for medicinal, and they're having all these new dispensaries. Over 100 they said in the state. So I guess that's a good sign that it's getting ready to expand. And
Yes. So anybody out there, any kind of nursing
yeah.
candidates out there, if you want to get involved in that type of employment, do it now because it's really
because
booming.
they're getting ready. Once they legalize it, then that's when everybody.
Yeah, once they legalize it, it's pretty much it.
Once they legalize it, then all the major companies are going to start coming in. The banks and stuff, all of them are going to come in and start funding it, and it's going to be lucrative.
Absolutely.
Very lucrative. So the more it becomes available, and the less the law.
We had a couple of our nurses from my job that left and they moved to Colorado, I think it was.
Yeah.
At the time, and they have their own dispensary. I mean, they're doing great. They down there living large.
Yeah.
I mean, this is when it first became like legal. You know what I mean? To actually dispense it. They left. It was a wife and her husband. They were both. The husband was a doctor and she was a nurse, and they left and they opened up their own little thing, and they're doing great.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's a great business opportunity, but
absolutely,
it's still. I think that even now, with the fact that it is so available now for recreational use, even though technically not in every state, I think that it's starting to. The businesses, the companies are starting to the major corporations are starting to take heed, and they're starting to come in. And once they come in, then you can't compete with that money because their money,
right.
Their money is long. And
they got that long money.
Yeah, it's unendable. So they come in and they I mean, they come in and they make a play, and then you know what I mean, that's how they take over the market.
Right.
You know, the same thing happened with alcohol. The alcohol before Prohibition, I think the alcohol came in. It was dispensed through the pharmacies before it became fully legal. So they're doing the same thing with marijuana.
Right.
Yeah. Walgreens. That's how Walgreens became.
Well,
that's
how
Walgreens became such a big entity because before the Prohibition, when they started giving alcohol out through pharmaceutical pharmacies. Walgreens was one of the first ones to get in, and that's how they became the big behemoth that they are now.
Right.
Through alcohol sales before Prohibition. So they're doing the same thing with marijuana.
And they sell.
History is repeating itself.
They sell that stuff right out in the street. Like we went to the Sixers game, and there was somebody out there selling edibles.
Yeah, we went to game one last week, and we were like, because I didn't go. We found a great deal.
Yeah, we
found them like JJ. We found them.
They don't know who we got it from.
Anyway, there was a dude. There was a little kid there. He had a big crate of Rice Krispie edibles, marijuana edibles, right there, like out in the open. I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody bothering them or nothing. So I mean, I guess they're people. It's technically people. They're not even messing with you in some spots.
No.
You go down south.
It's definitely going to be legal.
Yeah, you go down south. Maybe you might not get that. You go to a game at let's say Alabama Stadium or something with that. You might end up with your ass in jail.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't try to do that down that way. But
yeah.
But it's crazy how you could just get the edibles and
Yeah, and he was just out in the open, like and nobody was messing with him and stuff.
he was
so
like, I don't have tickets, but I got some edibles here.
Yeah.
And we was like, oh no, we're looking for tickets.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah. So for those of you that do have the marijuana card, they're opening up over 100 dispensaries in New Jersey, so you'll have access to. Because I know there's one in Belmore. I don't know exactly where they all are, but I know there's one in Belmore. So,
Yeah.
but that's good. Yeah, I want to talk about that J. Cole album. I heard it when we were going up to New York and when we were coming back from New York, and it's pretty dope. I like it.
Yeah.
What you think about it?
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of him. I've been down with J. Cole since Friday Night Lights. A lot of people, I mean, he has this stigma of being a boring rapper, but I think this one is probably one of his best works. I've listened to it since it came out at 12, and it was. I mean, as soon as I heard it, I was like, "Yo, this is something that's real." It has a message that he's trying to send through about addiction. Like almost every song on it is about addiction.
Right.
Which is a big problem in our society right
Absolutely,
now.
especially with the young kids.
Yeah, these kids in addiction. So I think that's the theme of the whole album. And a lot of people, man, I don't know. I think on the cover it says it's not. This album is not intended to glorify addiction at all. It was not the intent. I think what he's trying to do is bring light to the situation.
Right.
And I think it does a good job. I mean, he addresses everything from phone addiction, to regular addiction, like the drug addiction, all kinds of addiction, people addiction to, social media, all kinds of stuff, man. So I mean, it was very. I think it's something that's needed at this time. The thing is that I don't know if these kids are going to really get into it because of the subject matter that he's talking about.
They're not going to get into it.
It's a little bit more detailed, and I think that these kids nowadays, a lot of them are like they're so used to what has been heavily bombarded into their heads that it goes over. It might go over their heads a little bit, and not all. You know what I mean? A lot of them. I hear a lot of kids talk about J. Cole stuff, so it's not all of them. I'm just saying though, but it's a lot of majority. And then just judging by the responses that I be seeing on his page when he did it, it's a lot of people who just can't decipher what he's trying to say.
Right, right.
It's not really hard. You just gotta listen. And a lot of people attention spans are like, what I mean, just want to hear 3-syllable raps all the whole song.
They want to get what they want to get out of it, and that's it.
But a lot of bass, and that's it. Just dummy. You can say the dumbest shit that you can think of, and it'll be a hit. So. Yeah. I mean, I recommend it. Like I said, I don't know. Out of all the this generation, Generation Y, Generation X was Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. Those are cats. That was my era. You know what I mean? We're all in that same age group, and I think that there was Biggie, Jay, and Nas in that era that everybody was comparing. I think in this era you're gonna see J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar. I mean that's what it's boiling down to. Those are like the three biggest artists. I mean Drake is the only one that really gets the radio play, but they're all revered and critically acclaimed from a lot of spots. Kendrick Lamar just won a Pulitzer Award. What I mean? They give that to writers, so I mean that's how much his lyrics that he writes is the amount of respect that it's commanding. So I mean, shout out to him. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And also Jay-Z won a Peabody Award for the Khalif Browder documentary from last year. You know, the one that him and what's the guy's name? The guy that got caught with the guy that got all that did the Me Too movement. I forget his name.
Well, congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Yes, check it out, guys. Check the album out. Like I said, I listened to it on the way to New York and the way back, and it was cool. It was pretty cool. Yeah. So it was dope. So, so I want to talk about Dante Yarber.
Dante Yarber, okay.
26.
Yeah, 26.
Unarmed black man,
father. He was shot down in the Walmart. This happened a couple of weeks ago. The only reason why we really know about these stories now is because they're on the internet. They're constantly being shared on social media. So we feel as though since we have a show, it's our duty to bring it to you. Because
Absolutely.
not a lot of the media, they overlook this stuff now. You know what I mean? Here's a kid that got shot. They have the video footage on. I think Lee Merritt is another. He's a lawyer. He's a lawyer from out of Temple grad, Temple Law School lawyer, and he took it upon himself. Now he's like a big civil rights activist for social
Activists
lawyer for. He's a civil rights, social rights activist, and he's always his he brings light to these situations. He's the one that
that wrote about it.
that brought this story
Yes.
to everybody. And then they have the video footage. It was at a Walmart, and they just
killed him.
opened fire, 30 rounds.
Killed him
and,
in his car.
Yeah, let me pull this.
Killed him in his car. Which is very sad.
Here it goes right here. They killed him execution style. If you look on my page, I have it on there, and you look on. It's a guy named Lee Merritt. By the time he's like I said, defense attorney. That he's real big on social media. He's down with Sean King and a lot of the other guys. Sean King is big on the Black Lives Matter. I mean, you guys know these names through social media. They're stars on social media now. But he was profiled and stalked, and it's a suburb in San Bernardino, California. While waiting for one of his passengers to return from shopping at Walmart, Deontay and his passengers were labeled suspicious and targeted for harassment by the Barshaw Police Department, which is, like I said, a suburb in San Bernardino. When the officers, lacking reasonable suspicion for stopping Yarber in the first place, attempted to box in his vehicle, Yarber maneuvered his car around the police vehicles. Video footage of his car reversing slowly away from law enforcement was captured by a pedestrian just before officers began to shoot into the vehicle. Barstow Police Department confronted a vehicle full of people suspected of nothing more than looking suspicious with an amount of force that would have been deemed excessive in a war zone. Near 10 a.m., in a crowded parking lot, police officers decided to halt Yarber's vehicle by unleashing over 30 rifle rounds in the windshield and driver's side door. Training and policy dictates that police should never fire at a moving vehicle because it only increases the danger to others if they successfully disable the driver. The investigation has revealed Yarber was unarmed and that officers were not in the path of his vehicle when they opened fire. Yarber was struck an estimated 24 times in the barrage of bullets. His backseat passenger had to be airlifted. She was struck too. It was a female passenger that was in the car. She was struck and had to be airlifted to medical for medical assistance. So, I mean, this is just a day in the life. You know what I mean? And like I said, this is stuff that if we start turning blind eyes to it and just
it's going to continue to happen.
It's going to continue to happen, and people are going to. If we're not going to fight back, then you know what I mean, they're going to feel like they have no regard anyway. Like
right.
They're already doing it anyway.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean, they're already just shooting. Like, you know what I mean, what they gonna do? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, we just shot into the vehicle. I mean, if you see this video, I mean, it is amazing. Like, they just shot into this vehicle. Like, they had every intention on killing everybody in this vehicle.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was just I watched it and I'm just like, and then they're not being transparent. If there's no transparency, so. Yeah, I mean, so what do you say? And then it happened in a Walmart parking lot. So Walmart has to have footage of this, but they haven't released it. So
they have it.
You know, it's a big deal. I mean, like I said, man, little stuff like this. I mean, because we don't see it on the news. I mean, it's our duty to bring it to people.
Absolutely.
So that's just what we're gonna do.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like the Starbucks situation.
Yeah.
You know, with the two gentlemen that was waiting for, they were actually sitting in Starbucks waiting for someone, another. I guess the business guy, there was a business deal, a real estate business deal, and they was waiting for the guy to come. And they asked to use the bathroom. They refused, and you know, they called the cops on them and all that craziness. And it was all a business deal. I mean, I know so many people that go to Starbucks just to do their like I go to Starbucks to do computer work sometimes, and I just sit there and do what I need to do. And you know, just because they have the free Wi-Fi, whatever the case may be, but at the same time, these guys were sitting there, and it was a legit, like, real estate business deal, and they wasn't doing anything wrong, you know. So for them to get that kind of treatment, that's like totally unacceptable. And then, you know, of course, the guy that they were meeting was Caucasian, so that made it look even worse.
So we've all seen the video. Here's my thing.
Yeah.
I think the police are really getting off on this because of the way that they handled the situation. Everybody's focusing on Starbucks, but nobody's really. I mean, and then the chief of police, I forget his name, Ramsey. I don't know. I don't know what his name is, black African American. He came out and defended at first defended the cops for what they did until he saw the backlash of what had happened. Then he came back and recanted his story. So, you know, this is and for them to hold them for that long and then release them. They held them from, I guess it was in the afternoon. I don't know what time it was, but they held them until like in the middle of the night. They didn't release them. So. Yeah, I mean that's another thing. You know, I mean you're holding people there. You don't really have any grounds to
Right.
be what's called. Then, but you know, at first, you know, what I mean, like somebody I was saying that again, it doesn't matter. But that blue line is all the police see is blue. You know what I mean? So when Ramsey, the African American chief of police came out and spoke for Philly, he defended those officers to the T and said that they did nothing wrong. So you know what I mean, I think that we lose by not. You know what I mean, blaming them for, you know what I mean, what they did. They could have handled that situation a lot better.
Right.
I think. You know what I mean, they didn't have to be arrested. I don't really think. And then, like I said, if they had sat there and waited for a while, then maybe they would have saw. You know what I mean. And then the dude that came in, it was the real estate developer, and he was a Caucasian man. So I guess, yeah, you know what I mean, when anytime when you have that with them, you know what I mean, they make they bring the situation to a, you know what I mean, like. That's how people become more into what's going on when you see like it was a Caucasian real estate developer and he came in and he said, "What do you say?" Two black guys and it was caught on video and that thing went viral and you saw him defending those two black men and it just the next thing you know it was like seen over like 5 million times like that the day that it happened and that's how it blew up into what it is now.
Right.
And like I said, I think that a lot of it is I mean because I've been in Starbucks before, and I know that I mean, a lot of the places in Philly you go in, you can't go and use the bathroom in there. It says it. They have it on the thing that you can't use the bathroom.
Well, they'll allow you to use it.
That's not my.
Starbucks will allow you to use it because I've been to Starbucks. Like I said, I go to Starbucks all the time, and I'll do my work in there. I'll do business work in there.
Yeah,
I'll bring my laptop.
I'm not saying Starbucks in general, but I'm saying you go to the city, a lot of people won't let you use the bathroom.
Unless you purchase something. Yes, absolutely. But at the same time, it depends on the store. Like certain stores do that. But like, you know, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, like little coffee shops like that, people go there to do their work. They go there on their lunch break and they go there to do their work. And some purchase stuff, some don't. So I guess it just depends on the situation. I don't know.
And in light of, like what I said, the white dude came in there and he said, "What do you see a couple black guys sitting there?" And that guy shared over and over again, and then people play on it. But I think that the police could have handled that a lot better. I don't think they had to arrest him, personally. I mean, and people are focusing on Starbucks, and Starbucks is the bad guy, and I understand. I like the way that the CEO came out and addressed the situation. So, I mean, kudos to him for doing that. I mean, a lot of these people, H&M, we don't even know who H&M spokesman is. They put out what do you call it? Statements. They don't ever come out and talk. The Starbucks CEO came out face to face and he denounced what happened. So you know, I mean, you gotta appreciate that because it don't happen too often. Like I said, with H&M, you know what I mean, and then people were talking about buying. There's probably people back at Starbucks too. And my thing is that until you start, it's never going to end until we start learning and respecting. There's a lot of coffee shops they said that are getting more business too as a result of a lot of people not going to Starbucks right now. But I mean, we need to make that permanent.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was just uncalled for.
We need to make it permanent. I mean, just because.
And if you guys more than welcome to call in. If you guys have any questions about this, you can call in to 856-457-5729. You guys are more than welcome to call in. The number is 856-457-5729. Yeah, I think that was just a bit much. Too much, actually. But yeah, we gotta stick to it, and we gotta allow this stuff to be a movement. You know, we do something and we'll support it for a couple of days, and then we're back at it again. So try to stick to something. You know, especially if you know you're right. You know, stick to it.
Cameron Mitchell made a good point about the marijuana because a lot of people don't realize the marijuana.
Wait, are we talking about we're talking about Starbucks right now? So
okay.
Are we going to go back to the marijuana?
I'm just looking at the responses.
Oh, okay. So he's going to start answering comments that we didn't see.
All right, I'm sorry about the Starbucks.
Go ahead.
You're right. But
so yeah, Starbucks thing. You know, stick by your ground.
Yeah, stand your grounds and go try to look for alternatives. Make them pay. A lot of these places, man, especially in the city, you have alternative places to go to. I mean, and we have nobody to blame but ourselves. If we're going to keep funding our own oppression to people who don't respect us, you know what I mean, then we have to, you know what I mean, there has to be, we have to eventually grow up and mature and realize that it does us no service to patronize people who don't give a damn about us.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Until we wake up and see that, I mean, it's nothing is going to happen. You know what I mean? Because we're going to keep funding our own oppression. People who don't give a shit about us, and we giving them all our money.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing. And it don't. It's not going to help if just me and her do it. You know what I mean? Everybody else goes. I mean, it has to be a concerted effort, group effort by people.
Absolutely, it has to be a society effort.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we're not going to cause much damage to ourselves. Like, I don't go to Walmart, but
right.
You know, that doesn't stop. That's
everyone else from going.
Yeah, Walmart's not hurting from. I mean, Walmart's not hurting from me not going.
No, absolutely.
But anyway, back to this marijuana.
Yeah, Fernando had a question on here about the marijuana.
No, Cameron.
Cameron and Fernando.
Okay, so yeah, there was.
So Cameron and Fernando.
It was 100. There were a lot of people don't know that marijuana became illegal because this was before the House, the Senate, the Congress, and he went before Congress and made this was his testimony that it made white women want to have sexual favors from black men who were the majority of the marijuana users. This was like back in the late 30s. So that's how it became illegal. So it was all based on racism anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
so a lot of these drug laws were based on every one of them.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Just about every one of them were basically used as medicine to begin with. So, and it became once it got into the hands of the Negroes. Once it got into the hands of the Negroes, everybody, I guess the common folk became, you know what I mean? They already consider us, you know what I mean, animals anyway. So now they're on drugs, so you don't know what they're going to do to our women. That's the main concern with this, man. It's like, you know what I mean? And a lot of it wasn't that. A lot of it was women seeking sexual favors from the men. You know what I mean? And they didn't like it. Right. That's what a lot of this boils down to. But they used the drugs as an excuse, as a reason, as a coping mechanism, as the way that something that they could use towards us. You know what I mean? To keep us from you know what I mean.
No, we don't know what you mean. You gotta explain it if you're going to talk about it.
They used it as something. They used it as a mechanism to hold us back. You know what I mean? By creating laws to you know what I mean, to have us locked up for it. You know what I mean? Because before it was that people were using it. They said, man, a lot of times, like back in the day, people were using like cocaine and stuff like that. It was like a big drug for like rich people. You know what I mean? Like they were staking. It wasn't maybe not in the form that it is in now, but it was used as a concoction for people like to put in their drinks and stuff. And they said it was like a rich. It was considered like a rich people drug. Okay. A lot of these drugs and a lot of the opiates they come from surgery. A lot of the cocaine was used for surgical procedures too, to numb pain. You know what I mean? Okay. It's all the prohibition came from. It was mostly based on race. I mean, we'd be kidding ourselves to say that it was that all of these drugs are harmless. You know what I mean? Because they are. But I mean, there was a time in this country where all of these drugs were illegal and they were, you know what I mean, being produced by the government as a means of pharmaceuticals. So this is all facts. You can check it all out. So. But, okay. Yeah, but he made up a good point about it. So it's just right and wrong for us to do the recreational, because I think alcohol is probably 10 times worse. You know what I mean? You could go to any kind of talk or lecture on this or meeting, and you can ask how many people have lost people to alcoholism, and versus how many people have lost people to marijuana.
A lot more.
You're going to see a lot more people who have lost family members or have had health problems due to alcoholism.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I think that what they're doing now is trying to see how they're going to implement it, how is it going to hurt the alcohol business and all the other businesses, the pharmaceutical businesses, because it's something that was had been stigmatized and it was deemed illegal. So I mean, we'll see what happens, but yeah. So
Yeah,
okay,
that's cool.
yeah.
So I threw an extra a little something that I wanted to talk about that I didn't talk to my husband because we usually discuss what we're talking about. But I was trying to, like I said, we were in New York, so we was trying to get everything together, get our topics and stuff together. So I wanted to push on a little bit about oral sex. Should your mate be required to do this, or should your relationship be required to have oral sex? If your mate don't want to do it, will it be a problem? Will it hinder the relationship? Is that a major issue? Should it be done? Should it not be done? I just want to get people's points about that.
We weren't. That wasn't on the list of topics.
I just wanted you guys to see him caught off guard with this, because a lot of women don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And is that going to be a problem with the relationship, or should it be an issue?
I don't know about that. And some people,
is that required?
I guess that all depends on the person.
Is it part of everything? Like, is that part of the package?
I think that's some real. It's really just a bunch of followers, man. I mean, some people like that. Some people don't even. Don't.
That's what that's why I'm asking. I'm trying to get people's opinion. Do they like it? Do you have to have it done? Is it required? I mean, is it going to affect the marriage or the relationship if you don't do it, or if you do it?
You see it all the time, man. And that's a lot of, like I said, you see it on social media. A lot of people be playing around with it. She don't give head and then wonder why ain't nobody with her head. Shit like that. I mean, it's like that stuff. That's why you can't read into these memes.
And I want some feedback on this, guys. If you guys can give us some feedback.
They read into these memes like they're commandments and or the 42 laws of Mott. Like it's like these are commandments from the Creator, and it's not. Everything is based off of what people want. You know what I mean? Like
I know, but if you're in a relationship,
some men who like to just have straight up sex.
I know, but if you're in a relationship, marriage or whatever you're in, and that person that you're with loves oral sex, but the other person don't.
Some people like it more than the actual sex itself.
That's what I'm saying. Is it going to be a problem in your relationship or your marriage if you don't do it?
Let's just say that it's probably. Nowadays, man, with all the pressure.
What do you mean pressure? No,
it's a lot of pressure. I mean, as opposed to when we were coming up, that stuff was considered taboo. Like a lot of people, especially African American women, they didn't really care for it. Now it's like a rite of passage. You know what I mean? Like you have to do it, or you don't know how far you're gonna go in this relationship.
Is that true though? I need to know.
Back in the day, I remember when chicks back in the day when we were younger, they used to look down on that like it was nasty and this and that, but. Now it's like, man, you better get down there. Yeah, it is. You better get down there.
You better get down there and do your duties.
And you better be good. I don't blame him, man. I mean, hey,
look, if we want some feedback, the number is 856-457-5729. What do you think about oral sex?
I think it probably has kept a lot more people than broke people up.
What do you mean?
It's probably kept more people together than it has broken people up. The fact that somebody did do it. You know what I mean? Maybe not doing it might not affect it, but doing it may have kept you, you know what I mean, kept you together with that person. You know what I mean? You never know. I mean, it depends on how people like it. And some people like to do it.
Right.
Yeah, it's like it's a preference thing to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just wanted to get some feedback because, I hear women that say they don't like to do it and, and
that's getting older now. I mean, but the thing is, too, is that it shouldn't be, there's nothing wrong with not liking to do it. Not everybody should.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying.
Everybody liking to do that it's not, because basically you're just doing what you've been coerced into doing if you don't like to do it. And then that makes it no fun anyway because you ain't doing it right.
Right.
You know, so, I mean, if you're going to do it, be good at it. And you know what I mean, and you go for broke when you do it. You know what I mean, and make it. You know what I mean, we want to see sparks. And shit.
Go for broke.
Go for broke. If you're gonna do it, don't half step in that shit. If you're gonna do it, be good at it. You know what I mean? Practice, damn it.
Bite it like a monkey.
Practice. No biting. Practice. Whoa. Practice.
We just talk about practice.
Man. Use something, man. Practice on that thing, man. you ain't gotta practice on a human.
Oh, so get stuff and practice on it.
Get something and practice on it, man. Put your favorite seasoning or something on that bad boy and practice.
That's funny.
Practice. Man. Practice makes perfect, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Practice makes perfect, man.
Absolutely.
And like I said, if people don't want to do it, then that's on them. You know what I mean? Look.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Let's say somebody, you're messing with a chick, and that chick has everything else. Big booty, you have everybody like these big booties and stuff, man. and everything. Hourglass figure, pretty, and everything. But she don't do that. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
But the sex is out. The sex is out of this world.
Do you leave that person?
Are you going to leave that person? Because I don't know if you do. I don't think so. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
If
that's
everything else is going okay, you might have to get. You know what I mean, you let that slide. I mean, okay, she don't like to do it. Oh well, you know what I mean. I'm getting everything else. That you know what I mean, that I could have imagined. Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't get that. You know what I mean. And if the sex is that good, then I don't see why you would want to. You would compromise that by going somewhere else just to get that. You know. So I don't know.
That's good to know. It's good to know. That's why I brought that topic up for people that have those issues. Yeah, I brought that topic up for people that have those issues. You never know. Everybody got their own preference and stuff, and
all I'm saying is be good at it. If you're gonna do it, be good at it.
Be good.
Yeah, be good at it.
Be excellent at it.
Stuff will drive. I know. I mean, it can drive people. You know what I mean? If you do it right.
Drive people what?
Crazy. Good.
Why would you want to drive people crazy?
In a good way. Crazy in a good way. If you do it right, and you know what you're doing, it can drive people crazy in a good way.
I guess. Anyway. Yeah, I wanted to touch on that because, like I said, people got they different things in their relationships. So I just want to touch on that, see how everybody felt about it. I also want to talk about me and my husband was talking about this with his cousin in New York this weekend. College versus entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Business ownership. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I think that do you necessarily have to go and apply and get into all these schools and stuff to start your business, or is it better to learn hands-on from an entrepreneurial standpoint, like a trade or something? Because I think that's the quickest way to getting into a business ownership.
Right.
A lot of college it forces you. It trains you to go work for somebody else, and a lot of entrepreneurship is based off of what you know that nobody else can do, which is trade. That's why you see a lot of people. I think that's the quickest and the cheapest way to getting into a business. And my cousin, he always talks he's like, you know what I mean, he's big on school and college and stuff like that. He went to school, you know what I mean. Me personally, I did go to school. I didn't graduate. So I mean, I do have, you know what I mean. So I know what it is to old student loans and stuff without having the paperwork and all that. And but you know, I still that just because I didn't graduate doesn't mean that I stopped seeking knowledge. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing with college. A lot of the stuff you're doing because you're being trained to do something to a specific major or whatever study of interest that is. And when you're doing it on your own, you study what you want to study. You know what I mean?
Right.
Something that you desire. You know what I mean? Like that's the difference between learning and actually, you know what I mean, and being able to recite, requote facts and stuff like that you've learned. Is the actual comprehending something that's going to benefit you, mm-hmm. like learning a trade, and then there's stuff like, you know what I mean, like what happened in the War of 1812 that you're going to learn in history that really has no bearing on your on what you're going to do out in this society, mm-hmm. other than knowing. You know what I mean? What they're training you to learn. So, me personally, I think that you don't really need to go into debt. But at the same time, he had a great point by saying that it builds connections with people that you wouldn't normally have any connection with when you go to school. So I mean, from that standpoint, I can understand because you have a lot of people who are successful, who come from successful families that. You know what I I mean, they coordinate through going to school. You know what I mean? And I get that, but like I said, there's other ways. A lot of these kids are getting degrees that owe money, and they're not getting the jobs that you know what I mean, that they set out to get. So there is other ways that you can do it.
Yeah, there is.
All right, so I mean, I wanted to touch on that because I think it's people get. I post on it a lot, and I say a lot of times, a lot of people waste money because a lot of people know that they aren't college material, but they're just like a square trying to go into a circle, and there's other avenues. That's my thing. It's not that college is bad. College is there for a reason, and there are plenty of people who belong in there.
Right.
But there's people who don't, and you can still make it.
Well, you got people that's been and thought that they would want to do what they have the degree in.
Okay, here's some statistics from you. This is from PBS. It says here that 68% of high school students attend college. That means over 30%, that's 32% that graduate neither have academic nor job skills. This article made the case for trade school. They said that how it needs to be brought back into high schools, even these inner city high schools, it needs to be brought back in. But even the 68% aren't doing so well. Almost 40% of students who begin four-year college programs don't complete them, which translates into a whole lot of wasted money and burdensome student loan debt. And how many of us don't know people who still owe student loans? Yeah, I know some people. There are ways that you can forgive them, and I know that there are ways that you can, get scholarship and papers that I mean, and programs that you can go into that will deduct it. But I mean, I don't know a lot of people who are taking advantage of everything because most of the people that I know are in large amounts of debt. So anyway. So it says here, those who do finish, 1/3 or more will end up in jobs they could have had without a four-year degree. This is from Forbes.com. So there you go. That's my case. I'm like those are the people I'm focusing on. Because a lot of people who are they're spending money and they're getting jobs at places that where they didn't the degree wasn't even used, it wasn't applied towards what they're doing.
Right.
So, I mean, that's my point of saying that it's not the college, it's the people that are going. You know what I mean? Because there are people out there that should be going. I probably should have stayed and finished and got mine. You know what I mean? And like writing or something. I like to write.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah. So, I mean, but it still shouldn't stop me from. I mean, I can still write.
You can still do it though.
Yeah,
you can still get your degree. You
the
got
thing.
online
that's my
classes
point from everybody though. I mean, but by me writing and getting that certificate with the writing, it puts me in places where I probably can't get in now. If I had that, I probably would be able to get in. So I understand that it creates bridges for you to walk to. So I understand the importance of it, but is it worth it with all this debt that people are getting? And a lot of people are still in debt, and they're never going to get out of it.
Yeah, them student loans and all that stuff
it's
is
something
for the
that
birds.
they chase you and they chase you and they chase you for it. And I mean, until
forever.
Yeah. So just be decisive and understand what you're getting into and have your goals and stuff planned. Don't just be going just to be going. That's my point.
Right.
About college. I know a lot of people who are doing that who are still, I mean, they ain't never.
And then you go and can't get jobs in the field that you went to school for.
Yeah.
I mean,
or they're not paying you what
you're not getting paid like what you're supposed. Like, fortunate for me, like I was already in the field when I got my bachelor's degree. I was already in the field, so it was good because I was already doing it. So. But still, at the same time, if I wasn't in the field and I would have got my bachelor's degree, would I be in this field? Probably not. But it is what it is. You know, you got people that get these degrees and they don't like it or they try it and they can't handle it or whatever the case may be.
But that money still got to be paid.
Yeah, and the money still has to be paid.
Like you said,
you can't trade it back in and say, I ain't like that. I was just playing.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to like that that career.
And they said like almost 40% of those who start a four-year program don't even finish school. That's a lot of student loan debt, wasted money. That
yeah, it is.
that you have to pay back. So that's why it's such a like. Do I even do this? Maybe I should think of. I mean, what else I can do? Like I said, the quickest pathway to owning your own business is learning a trade, and a lot of that is hands on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Experience comes from repetition. You know what I mean? A lot of it isn't like just going to school. And most of the stuff that's college oriented now is all STEM related that is going to do anything for you. You know what I mean? If you're working in the technological field,
Mm-hmm.
so science, technology, medicine, all of that stuff,
Absolutely.
engineering. You know what I mean? The robotics and stuff, and it's good. Another thing that the entrepreneurship is doing, I see a lot of people are getting into it now. They're starting their own. Is that a lot of these jobs are still? It's still we still don't haven't seen the complete ramifications of what robotics and all of that's going to do to a lot of these jobs that require man labor,
Manpower, yeah.
man labor now. So it's good to know something that they can't do.
Right.
You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? Why they
Absolutely.
can't? You know what I mean? Who knows, man? Them cats, they got them things doing all kinds of stuff. They may be able to do a whole lot more in the future, but it's good to like trades and stuff like that, like auto mechanic work and see driving a truck. Well, they have the driverless trucks now, but driving a truck that's good. That's another big field to get into. You know what I mean? I'm into that, so that's a good field to get into. It pays well, and it's a lot of job security because a lot of these like what is it the Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah, like all these jobs, all these stores are closing, so everybody wants things shipped to them now. So
Yes.
that's going to create a big void for a driver job. So you're going, it's a no brainer. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So a lot of stuff, man, like construction,
Can't
heating and
believe
air
that kind of
conditioning,
stuff, Steve.
huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Heating and air conditioning, stuff like that, man. Those are jobs that ain't going nowhere. It's getting ready to get hot. People want to need their air conditioning service, man. So I mean, that stuff. If you learn those trades, man, you're gonna always be
It's
in
always going to
demand.
be work. It's
You're gonna
always
always
going to
be
be
in
work.
demand. Refrigerators and stuff go out, man. I mean, they come to you, handyman. That stuff pays bills.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So without all the debt.
Yes.
So that's my point. It's not college that I'm mad at. It's the fact that people think that that's the only way, and it leads to a lot of open debt.
Yes, it do.
Yeah.
So, we're going to get ready to wrap up. It's 1 o'clock. But before we wrap up, I just wanted to just let you guys know that I always try to keep you guys positive and try to um, push the positivity thing because I enjoy meditating. Me and my husband actually meditated on Saturday for the first time.
Oh, it was great too.
Yeah, it was.
I think if we need to start implementing that. And I see a meme that goes around that says should it be in schools. A lot of people say prayer should be in schools. I think meditation would be really beneficial because it gets it's a focus like you can't get in any other time because you block everything out and
Right.
you're concentrating on everything from within. I think it's probably the most powerful spiritual thing that you can do. To me,
Absolutely.
to me,
Absolutely.
some people like prayer. I like meditation.
Yeah. It
Well,
was.
to each their own too, because whatever works for you in this world, you know, what I mean, you stick to
Yes,
it.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Whatever.
But at the same time, always remember to stay positive and don't get upset with people or situations because those two things are both powerless. If you invite it in your system, invite it in your mind, it's going to have power over you. If you don't get upset about it, invite it in your mind, it's going to be powerless. And that's something that we all as individuals need to realize and know. We let a lot of stuff upset us, we let a lot of stuff affect us, but we have to realize that if we don't give it power, it's not going to affect us. So stop allowing people and situations to have control over you. It's powerless. Also, we our page is up. We do have a catering business, a traveling catering business, off premises catering business called Vegans Are Us. And we do have a page. It's still under construction, but you guys are more than welcome to visit it. Every day, something's going to be changing on it until it's completely done. We still have stuff we have to do on it, but we do want you guys to definitely, visit our page. It's www.vegansrus, not R, vegans, vegansarus.org.
Yeah, congrats to wifey, man. She put in a lot of people don't know the work that she puts in behind the scenes because she has, like she tells you, we both have full-time jobs, so it's hard for us to do anything on the side. But she finds the time, and she won't release nothing until she feels it's good, it's okay. So, you know, what I mean, when we she I had a little bit of input. She asked me for my input on a little and a little here and a lot there, but she had the final say on everything, and it came out really nice when she showed it to me. I was really proud of her because, like I said, it takes time to get all of that done, and she's going through the right avenues to get what she wants to get accomplished, and it's good. It's cool, and we've talked to a lot of people, and they say the website really adds to the professionalism of your business and what you're trying to do. So
Absolutely, absolutely.
we're
So on
trying
that
to get her.
website, you'll be able to see everything. You'll be able to see our vegan dinners, our tastings that we have throughout the tri-state area. And also, if you guys want to request us to travel to you to have a tasting, any state you're in, you can do that on our website. We're going to also have a comment section, so anytime you guys have any comments or want us to cater any kind of events or anything like that, you're definitely going to have access to correspond with us through the website. Also, we have our vegan fit plan for those that are trying to just change their lifestyle to a healthier lifestyle, and those of you that are trying to become vegan or vegetarian, we can help you with that as well. We have a fit plan for you. You can purchase the exercise plan as well as the vegan meal plan. So just check it out. We want you guys to check it out. If you have any questions or anything, you can also inbox us or email us at blackloveexperience.com. blackloveexperience@gmail.com. I'm sorry. And we'll be able to answer any questions that you may have. That'd be great. Not exactly sure about the exercise classes here at the Imperial Complex because right now this is like a really busy time for me. So if I can get some instructors to teach those classes, we'll be continuing on with those classes here. Until then, the date is to be announced when they're going to be starting up. I do want to start the summer classes up again so that you guys can get moving. But I do offer the personal training. So if you guys interested in that, please hit me up in my inbox, and I'll be able to schedule a consultation with you. I actually have a consultation scheduled today, so I'll be able to schedule a consultation with you. And also, if you're out of state, I also do online training. So feel free to hit me up if you're out of state. I can help you with the online training, also with the meal prepping, the meal planning, and all that stuff. So I also do have a vegan detox plan where I have a detox liquid drink that you can purchase along with the menu, and that's also on the webpage. So just check the webpage out. It has a lot of stuff on there. It explains about who Darren and I are. We're Black Love Experience. That's what we call ourselves. Our business is Vegans Are Us. So you can check that out. Just if you get time, check it out. It's www.vegansrus.org.
Yeah, all one word.
Yes. And
vegansrus.org.
we will be posting the vegan tasting dinner.
I think we're going to start focusing on that webpage because she said that you said that you got a nice amount of hits, so we're going to start focusing on that more.
Yeah, it should be all complete this week. So, and then we're going to be uploading new stuff that we do. So anything
we still
new.
have the tasting coming too. We had the last one. Each one of these tastings get bigger and bigger. So I think that we're going to probably do one. We were leaning towards May, but I know that that's right around the holiday. So maybe we'll do it early June, mid-June.
Yes.
Somewhere around there. So that way we'll have enough time to get the tickets up. So be looking out for that. We want to have it. We don't know where it's going to be at because we want to. And we would appreciate your feedback on it, so that way we would know, like where to have it at, because we had it here, and a lot of people that were around here came, and it was very. I thought it was very nicely done, and we
Yes.
got more. We had more people than we expected, and they were from all walks, young, older. I mean, everybody that was here. So it went all across the spectrum of people. So
Yes.
if you guys want to, we would love to hear feedback of people who would be interested. And that way, maybe we can kind of concentrate on an area where we can have it at that where everybody can meet. So if we get a lot of Philadelphia responses, you know what I mean, New York, Philadelphia, or Delaware.
We'll go wherever they're.
We'll go somewhere where everybody can meet. It'll make it
Absolutely.
Like, so it'll be a mutual, be easier for everybody.
Instead of having it down this way all the time, we're open to having it in different areas. And also, every Thursday, be sure to tune in on Black Love Experience page, Vegans Are Us. I go live every Thursday with a different vegan dish. And you guys can cook with me live every Thursday at 8. So that's something to keep in mind, too. What's going on with you over here? Why are you smiling?
Nothing. Everything's good, I guess.
Yeah, everything's good. So we appreciate you guys. We really, truly do. Thank you for tuning in and watching us every Sunday. If you guys, like I said, have any questions or concerns, inbox us. So with that being said, you are tuned in to Black Love Experience Radio at Elev8tion Radio. We appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Don't forget to follow us on our social media pages, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Stay positive. Surround yourself with positive energy only. Negative energy should not be.
Positive.
So always remember, negative energy should not be an energy that you should be thinking, period, in your mind. Love one another.
What did the proton say to the neutron? I mean, to the electron. What did the proton say to the electron?
I don't know. You tell me.
Fuck you, bitch. Why you always got something negative to say? You got it. I guess you guys. It's a science humor. I seen that in the movie. That was funny.
I like that one.
Stay with the protons. Try to keep them electrons down to a minimum. Everything is positive and negative, but try to keep them negatives to a minimum.
Yes, don't even have them in your system.
Yeah, try to keep them to a minimum. Keep them things on. Keep some water on that fire.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. We love you. Black Love Experience signing off.